Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat, and for today, we're going to be taking a look at a new indie brand for my channel, and that is going to be Black Moxy Cosmetics. I am so excited to show this brand to you guys for our indie brand highlight this week. So we have two different things that we're going to be taking a look at. One is going to be Boundless Bloom, which is this awesome collab palette between Black Moxy Cosmetics and Pixie Glow. This is what it looks like. All of the grungy greens plus purples. I'm excited for it. And there are lots of shimmery shades in there. Also looks like there's some really nice matte shades. And then we're also going to be swatching just a whole bunch of multi-chrome shadows as well. So all of that is coming up. Tons of swatches. I'm gonna throw on an eye look for you guys using the Boundless Bloom palette. And so we just have a ton of things to do. I'm so excited, let's just jump right in. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I don't typically swatch matte shades just because I feel like I have yet to find matte shades where the swatches do them any kind of justice, and so I only swatch shimmers on here, but I will be swatching all of the shimmers in this palette as well as all of the multi-chromes, and then we will just be dipping into the matte shades for the eye look. So let's go ahead and do the shimmers from the palette first, and then we will jump into the multi-chromes, and then we will jump into the eye look. First shade up in the palette is a very rich looking purple, but it looks like it might have some shifts to it. Definitely a deeper base, and it looks like, ooh, okay, it looks like it goes from like pinkish to purple to blue. So there's the black base to it. There you're seeing that kind of magenta pink into the purple, into a hint of blue up at the top there. Oh, you can see the blue along the ridges of the veins on my hand there. So that is this guy. It is a multi-chrome, very nice, goes on super smooth. Really enjoy that shade already. All right. Next shade up is kind of a mermaidy metallic shade. It is a lovely teal kind of bluish shade. And does it have a shift? I think, yeah, a little bit between like a lighter, like a medium ocean chlorine blue and like a lighter teal greenish shade. So there's your like ocean blue, and then it goes into this kind of lighter teal greenish kind of shade. So here you can really see the shift between the two, where you have that blue and then the lighter teal into kind of greenish. So beautiful shade, very nice. The consistency of that one was a little bit thicker than the consistency on this guy, but both really nice. All right, next shimmer shade is looking like a goldish kind of shimmer. All right, also this consistency is very similar to this second shade that we swatched, that it's a little bit thicker. And this guy does not look like it really shifts a whole lot. It is just a really beautiful, a kind of lighter gold shade. So very nice. I think the only reason why it even kind of looks like a shift is just because of the light of the camera, but I think that's more so like maybe just my eyes playing tricks on me. I'm not sure. All right, and then the last shimmer shade that we have in here looks like it is going to be some form of lighter iridescent shade. Alrighty, let me really get in there. Here we go. Oh yeah, that is super light and sheer. So it looks like it goes between kind of a pinkish purple, orange, and then maybe like a little bit of gold maybe at the very end, but primarily pink, purple, and orange. But yeah, it is with the yellow once I built it up a little bit more. So very sheer, but you can see there's the pink on the bottom, gold on the top. Very pretty, but very sheer. Let's go ahead and do a darker base real quick and see what it looks like on top of that. All right, so I threw on the brown shade, the brown matte shade right here from the palette, and then I put the iridescent on top of that so you can see it a little bit more. So it's this guy. So you can definitely see that kind of pinkish purple, and then there's that kind of coppery orangish gold. And so it does have a really nice shift to it. And then obviously depending on what color of base you put with it, it's going to bring out certain shades more than others. So on this one, because of me putting the brown down, it almost gives off a little bit of like a greenish shift as well as that kind of pinkish purple. So really, really pretty shade. I really enjoy that. And I do feel like this gold has like a little bit of some shifts on it. And I'm just, because of the ring light, like being blinded by its like just shimmeriness. I don't know. But very, very nice. So these are the 4 shimmers in the palette. Very, very nice. Lots of deeper mattes to go along with it. So I'm really excited for all of that. But we are also going to swatch all of these multi-chromes real quick before we jump in case there's maybe some different layering combinations that we want to do. First shade up is going to be Sunburst, and this guy does not look as much like a multi-chrome to me. It just looks like a really nice metallic shade. And yeah, it is just a really nice orangish shade, kind of like a marigold orange. Really, really nice and pretty. Then we have a really nice blue shimmer. This is Adios MFer. Oh yeah, this one's a little bit more sheer on the first swatch, but easily buildable. Looks like it goes between like a little bit of a darker blue and a lighter teal, kind of similar to this guy, but like ever so slightly different tones. I definitely think I prefer this mermaidy tone to it, but still really, really nice. All right, then we have the shade Pot of Gold. And that is this guy. Looks like it is also a bit more sheer in that, not quite as sheer as this guy. I don't think I need to build it up. It's more so just because of that clear base to it, that it's a little bit lighter, but it doesn't look sheer. Like, it looks like the pigment is solid across the board, and it goes between like a greenish to kind of orangey pink. So there you can really see that greenish kind of shift on there, and then just ever so slight, a little bit of a pink shift, really kind of more orangey pink, but really, really pretty. Then we have the shade Sour Apple, which is very interesting to me. And this guy goes from like a pinkish to a green and has a little bit more of that kind of burnt reddish base to it, and so you really get that nice magenta color, and then it kind of shifts to that greenish, almost a little bit silvery as it goes between the 2 shades, but really, really pretty. I feel like there you can definitely see the green versus the like magenta difference on there between my finger and then what's on my wrist. Then we have the shade Pixie Dust Grove, which is a lovely multi-chrome. This one definitely has a deeper base, very grungy in nature with the shifts. It's between like a kind of coppery into yellow into green. Very, very pretty. So starts off with that kind of grungy yellowish into a green. There's your copper back into the green. Almost like a tiny hint of like a reddish there at the end. So really pretty on that one. Then we have the shade New Moon Woodland. Also a little bit of a deeper base, and this one goes between like purple, pink, and blue. Not quite as chromatic as this one, but very, very nice. So there you can see the purple into that kind of pinkish, and definitely buildable. So I would say so far, like, all of these that are these extra single shades are really, really great for layering. All of the shades that are in, God, this guy is blinding. Oh my God, these shades are gorgeous in this palette, and they are easily standalone, or you can put them with the matte shades. We're gonna do a hodgepodge of all of it, but like, these are so nice. Like, I just keep looking at this guy because it's just like, it's so in my face. Then we have the shade Watermelon Mojito, and this guy is back to being a little bit more of a flaky kind of shade, and it goes between copper orange and like a reddish kind of shade. But definitely you would want to use like a nice glitter primer for this one, and I bet it would just be absolutely stunning. But it's very like very flaky, but just so pretty. And so clearly, like, when you pack it down, it is just lovely. And so the swatching is not going to be as great looking, but if you use a good glitter primer with it, you're going to get a really nice shade with that one. Then we have the shade Blair Swamp. Ooh, that's a nice grungy looking green on there. Ooh, and it goes, okay, so this guy, ooh, this is like a good snake-like shade. So this goes from like greenish to kind of olive green to teal blue to like a deeper blue. So there's like your limey green into medium green into kind of olive. And then you get that hint of blue up at the top. It is just very pretty, and it has kind of a brownish base to it, which is making it really, really grungy. I very much like that shade. That might have cinched it that I am going to do a greenish look today, because I really like that one. I don't know yet. We'll have to, because there's a lot of, there's like several, like you've got this really nice grungy green in here, you've got this kind of tealish blue, and then the gold with it, ooh, and then pairing. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think I already know what I want to do. Do you ever just have that where like one shade is just like, yeah, I need to use it. All right, so next up we have Purple Dragon, and the name alone already I enjoy. All right, here we go. Okay, very nice lilac-y kind of shade, then goes into a blue with some gold sparkles on top. So there's your bluish into the kind of lilac-y, and it just ever so slightly has some like gold sparkles on top. But really, really nice. You can definitely see where it's like a lilac-y and then more seafoam blue almost. Yes, that's very pretty. Then we have the shade Pink Russian, but not like Russian like the country, Russian like rush in, like Russian side, I guess. And this looks like it is very nice. Ooh, so you know what? So this guy looks to me very similar to this guy as far as like the shifts between the yellow, red, and kind of coppery orange. Just that obviously the formula is very different. So this guy, once built up, would be a very chromy version of this guy. So very, very nice. Ooh, man, I bet you could get a really nice fade out with that too. Like if you did like a black in the outer corner and then layered this guy on the rest of the lid and then put this in like the inner third as like your extra pow, that would be a really cool fading out look. Then we have the shade Tasty Peach, and this is very flaky. Not flaky like this guy, but it was like a little bit crumbly. But this is a very clear base, a little bit on the sheer side, goes between kind of a peachy and then a goldish yellow. So there you can see kind of that peachy into gold tone. This one would layer beautifully on top of like a nice gray tone. That would be very pretty. I also think just because of like the lightness of it, that it's a really good shade if you're just wanting to add like that little pop of sparkle, where depending on how the light hits it, you get just like a little bit of that glamness on there. I'm wearing a white shirt and I'm like touching my hands all over it. It's fine. This is not that nice of a shirt, I guess. All right, and the last shade is Enchanted Lake Woods. That's another nice chrome to end on. All right, ooh, and it's another nice kind of smoky chrome. So we've got like gold coppery to like cranberry red to like yellow. I can't bend my arm well enough, like a little bit of purple. So there's your purple magenta-y kind of shade into that cranberry red. And then there you can ever so slightly see that goldish kind of shine on top while it was trying to focus. All right, but this is all of the different shimmers and metallics and multi-chromes that we've got to work with for today. So, am I feeling that kind of greenish look? Okay. We are going to do a combination of several different things. The base of matte shades that we are going to do is going to be a combination of the brown shade and then this kind of lime greenish, grungy, almost seaweed color green. And then for the metallics on top, I am going to have this gold guy be the lightest shade on the inner corner. We are going to blend it into this awesome guy right here, and then into the green as the final shade on the outer corner. So that is going to be all of the shades. So we're going for a grungy, greenish kind of look. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're gonna start off with that lime green shade and then move into the brown. All right, so far it is super pigmented, as we can see. That is a very nice, like slimy green. I really like that shade. Oh man, I look a little bit sickly right now, but it's all gonna come together. I just know it. All right, so now we're gonna move into that brown kind of shade for the outer third. Me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. So those two shades actually ended up blending together really, really nicely. The brown wasn't quite as deep of a brown as I was expecting. And it actually has like just ever so slight of like a red hint to it. So that it's a little bit more of like a mahogany shade rather than just like a straight up brown, which is gonna go perfectly with the different shades that we chose. And as far as like fallout goes, I see like 2 specks and that's it, and I was packing it on there, so that is really, really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the metallics now and see what we get. All right, so for the outer corner, we decided on Blair Swamp. So I'm gonna start at the outside and then pull in, I think, this time around. Oh, that is with just a dry brush. Look at that. That is just, it's so pretty. Oh man. All right. I should have just gone like just with greens. Oh, man, and then just use this guy. Maybe this guy with like a little bit of blue in there too. I don't know. I've got a lot of future looks with this shade coming up. So for the middle, we're gonna do Pixie Dust Grove, which I feel like I should have done these in reverse. Like, I feel like I didn't understand the assignment. Stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up. It's like the perfect shade reversal, because this one is more green and this one is more reddish. I just flipped them around. Okay, before we do the inner corner, I'm gonna go ahead and do the under eye, and I think for that, we are going to keep it as just primarily that lime green and then just taper it a little bit with the brown at the end. All right, so then the final shade that we are going to do is we're gonna go into this goldish kind of shade from the palette on the inner corner. And I definitely took this out a little bit too far, so we're gonna clean that up. Oh, this shade is stunning. Oh man, it is so bright. Like, look at that pop. Oh, man. All right. I am gonna go ahead and clean everything up and tight line, throw on an actual face of makeup, and we'll come back with a final look to see how everything worked, and then I will give my final thoughts on everything. But I can already guarantee you guys, there's gonna be bluish green looks in our future, there's gonna be purple looks in our future with this guy. Oh man, there are, ooh, I wonder if like, there's gonna be many shades in our future with these because I really like these. They're very pretty. All right, I will be right back. All right, and we're back with the final look. So I'm gonna come in close so you guys can see absolutely everything. So I decided to go with kind of a deeper olivey metallic green for my tight line. and I think that the shades look absolutely beautiful. It is a super fun, super grungy look. I think it's really great for fall, so I guess I've got fall on the brain. But I think the shades were really, really nice. I mean, especially in the palette, it's just, oh, when I tell you, like, the blue came out in this shade while I was in the bathroom applying the rest of my makeup. Like, it has all of the shades in there. It is such a gorgeous multi-chrome, and both of these are absolutely stunning. This whole palette to me has like all of the shades that I love, and so I would highly recommend it. I had so much fun, and I already have like at least 4 other looks planned that I'm wanting to do with this, and and some of these other single shades that I found, like this guy that I have in the outer corner, love this shade with all the grunginess of the greens into kind of this like deeper blue, but also like a little bit purplish, I'm not sure. And then this guy with like the seafoam blue into the lilac. And there's so much that you can do with these like fiery shades and then matching it with the oranges. So I have tons of things that I can do with all of these shades. So I really, really liked it, but I would love to know what you guys think of everything. What did you think of the eye look? What did you think of all of the swatches? The palette itself? Have any of you guys picked up the palette yet? I would just love to know absolutely everything about what you guys are thinking of Black Moxy Cosmetics. I am really liking my first impression of them so far. I think that this stuff is absolutely awesome. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you do not, as we always do here. And if you made it to the end of the video and you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. Come join my family here on YouTube. We talk a ton about indie brands, do really colorful makeup, swatch all of the things, and so if that sounds like fun, I would love it if you would join us either in the comments down below or by subscribing. Either way, I'm just so happy that you're here. But other than that, you guys just have a great one.